Tom. We'll call the meeting back to order, and there's no decisions made in executive session. All right, Steve.
Okay. I guess I was going to start off. I had just a few things.
Okay.
Start off with our sampling exemption or suspension request that we've been working with Milco on.
Okay.
Through the recommendations of KDHE, and they did get that completed. All the necessary work on that, and I've got several copies here. I don't know if you want to read through that. This is something that we started back in 2022, around the summer 2022. This is just to briefly summarize. This is there's provisions that allow, if you're far enough from the base of your cell
Right.
to the surface of the groundwater or the top of the groundwater level, which we're it's over 150 feet and getting larger, that we could suspend water sampling. And that's partly due because one of our wells is just about dry, and we'd have to sink a new well in order to keep sampling, but due to the provisions in the statute, we can request the exemption, and that was actually at the recommendations of Sam Boaz back again in 2022 with the KDHE. And we can, if groundwater levels come back up, I mean, we'll still maintain the wells that are existing and monitor levels, and if it does go back up, they don't anticipate it to. There's a trajectory chart there on the second page that shows the decline over the last 10 years, 12 years, 13 years actually. Like I said, if it does come back up, we would resume sampling. And or if KDHE requests a periodic sample too, that's not out of the question. It's really a suspension of sampling.
So you sent this to Finn Collins?
We will upon approval by the board.
And they think they'll pass it?
That's everything I've been told, and yeah, that it would go through. So.
Okay.
And I just
So
asked
you need a
for,
motion to send the letter?
I believe so, yeah.
I move that we ask for the suspension of groundwater sampling from the Bureau of Waste Management.
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded to suspend the groundwater sampling. To who was it?
Bureau of Waste Management.
Bureau of Waste Management. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Okay.
And if you want to have one of those, I think, if it asks for a signature, it has commissioner is plural, so I think we'll just start with.
Yep.
What do you need here now?
Respectfully submitted. I would just initial or sign, and then across, or each of the commissioners, because it asks for, I think, all of them.
You just want it out here?
I would put it right in through here.
See, we usually have a line we write on.
Yeah, that's. I wondered that.
I wanted to follow suit, so.
That's gone. Anybody want to keep a copy of this?
Sure. That was actually. Oh, I've got one. I'm sorry.
You've got one, okay.
I need,
Well, I didn't know if you needed to stamp it or.
No direction.
well, it doesn't say attest to anything, so.
I don't know if you wanted one of those.
I hate to see those well, or the losing water.
Do it.
I hate to see that those wells are losing water.
Water going right. Hopefully that'll change. We go back to sampling, that would be better for everybody, I think. Get more water going back down. Okay. Buried my. I'm still waiting on another quote for our overhead door repair. We've got opener issues at the shop in St. Francis, and I contacted, I think it was Rayner out of Colby, and they were supposed to get me one that hasn't showed up yet, so. Wade Crine is the other individual that quoted on it. So hopefully next meeting I'll get that from the other outfit out of Colby.
Say Wade quoted it.
He did. Well, I don't have a hard quote from him. He didn't work one up, just a verbal over the phone. Part of it depends on some of the electrical. If there's more that he's thinking he's gonna get into, it might be a little more, but it's coming in around $1,700 to repair that, replace it. The next item I wanted to visit with you about was the chip sealing, specifically up at the village. And
Okay.
I didn't know if that was something that we were gonna, as the county or road department, road and bridge, gonna end up doing that, or if that's, if it's it is a city street, my understanding, that goes through the village, which I guess is county property.
Yeah.
We have, we have the rock,
Okay.
enough to probably do that, but it's, again, I've been hearing some conflicting information on if that's ours that we need to do as road and bridge, or if that's city.
Is that in the city limits? How far out?
You know where the reservoir is?
Yeah.
Behind the reservoir, I don't know how many feet, but
North of the reservoir or south?
South.
South,
South of it.
goes quite a ways.
it's city limits. Is it?
That might be
There's
it.
not a map to really show anything.
Well then, is that street then behind it then? North of the reservoir, is that city street?
Well,
I don't know if you can draw a line on, I think I know what you're talking about, Scott.
yeah, because I think it comes through, and this is just a guesstimate, but I think it's like right through there. And again, that's a guesstimate from memory. Because that's the reservoir.
Right there.
But what I'm saying is that.
Well, okay, sorry, I've got quite a few maps, and that's off of the land owner database, so that shows
That's kind of
more
what.
accurately, and then you can
Yeah.
ignore that
Yeah, well, it's pretty
You're talking
close, wasn't
about
it?
chip
Yeah.
sealing?
Absolutely.
Dennison Street, right,
Dennison
coming off of 36 going south.
Across,
Pardon?
across by the nursing home.
Right, that runs right there in front of the nursing home, or the west side of it.
Dan's gonna be in here for fire department recycling, so.
Okay,
Well, I think then basically we're in charge of the parking lots.
that's what I'm not clear on, I guess, at this point.
You said the parking lot would belong to the county
Oh, yeah.
and also the road?
No.
Or not the road?
Now, the road behind,
The one that loops around would be ours.
the one looping around and coming through Village Road, that's probably ours.
Yeah, what do they call that? Hanger Road. So Hanger Road, that would still be cities, and then once,
You think Anger Road is?
that's, I'm not sure at this point.
Have you talked with the city about it at all?
Not in any detail, no. Not at this time.
But you're gonna do the parking lot? And that is ours.
He's asking what he wants.
Steve Marshall, with Kibitco, he was gonna be up here May 14th, and I wanted to visit with him about all of that, and then including the parking lot, about whether we can fog seal that to help that along. That would be probably the least expensive, as opposed to, but just as far as long-term, I'm not sure how that compares to putting a new layer over the top of that, or.
So if it belongs to the city, could you trade off with them on something else?
I'd have to visit with them about that.
If we could work together and get it all done, that would be the best.
Because it needs to be done.
Yeah. I just don't know how.
And I do understand that they're kind of in the process of looking at options. One was, originally I was gonna come in here and visit with you also about maybe helping them with some of their projects, but they're also looking at having another outfit come in, and it looks like the prices are actually pretty comparable to what it cost us to do it compared to this outfit out of Scott City, I think, that might come in and do it. But I think he's still in the process of looking into that and getting all the information.
If we can work with them and get everything done, however we need to, I would.
That was my suggestion.
Get it going and get it going fast, that way it's done.
If they don't have this company do it, I was gonna suggest that we, tie it in with any of our, albeit it would be very small projects, this isn't very big.
Right.
Depending on how far we go with it, if we do all of Denison and around, we still, I think, would have enough of our material on hand to do it. It'd just be purchase of the oil and to do it. And then some patchwork, you would need some patch and probably crack seal.
What do you guys think? Try to work with the city and get it done as ASAP?
I think we should, even if they pay for the material or something.
I mean,
But the main thing
Right,
is
or
get it
if
done.
we're using our equipment, I thought maybe, have them for fuel. That was just my
yeah,
suggestion.
just help out a little bit maybe.
Back when I worked for the city and the county timed it at the same time, all the chip sealing.
Yep.
They
That would
helped
be
each
good.
other.
And I looked at some of those figures, and I think some of it was, for a portion of the, like 20% of the fuel and equipment and labor cost, or maybe just fuel and equipment.
But
So we have done some cost share in the past.
Yeah, I think if you work something out with them,
Yeah.
Okay, we'll just try to keep doing some more digging on that.
If you're looking at doing something the 14th, we're gonna be up here for a budget meeting if you need to bounce something off of us.
Okay, Ryan, I think, right now it looks like Steve would be here at 1 o'clock on the 14th, or he's gonna visit with them.
Yeah, we'll be up here then.
that's what, 1:30 is our budget work day.
Okay, well, maybe Steve could get in even a little earlier and get some ideas from him. George, I think that kind of covers all of that. Just where we're at on budget, some of the expenses. Thank you. Look at any of that.
Thank you.
I also have the solid waste here too.
Is this state highway distribution EFT, is that for the road out there by Wheeler?
I don't know if it's tied to any specific road, that could be, but it's a quarterly reimbursement, if you will.
Okay, I just remember we'd done something like that before, so.
And that generally runs around that $60,000 to $70,000 amount. Okay. Any other questions? If not, that's all I had.
Okay. Should I have any questions?
I don't.
Okay.
You know Lonnie Willis
No, I do not.
country? I don't know what road he lives on. He just gravelled his road here last week, I guess. But anyway, he stopped me yesterday and he was really happy with the work you guys did.
Okay.
I just thought it's nice to hear something good, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll show you something too. I got,
What road's he on?
I'm not sure what road he's on, 21 or.
Yeah.
so that's good too.
Yep.
So thank you.
The rain helped a lot, so.
Yeah.
I'll give you actually something I just discovered, or I had Dave Warren go out and do some investigating on we got a culvert that's been giving us problems on Road 22, and it's a bigger problem than we originally thought. We thought it was just washing on the downstream end of it, and Dave got down the hole and you couldn't see across, so it's undermined under the road, so we made, and
Undermined
that's.
the culvert,
Pardon?
undermined the culvert.
Yeah, it went around. It came in from the west, and and it got around it under, and it's opening up a big hole where it drops down into a ravine. It's kind of a tricky place we've fought this a couple times now. We've tried repairing that, and apparently it's also coming in from the west. We thought it was just from dropping off the tube and, eating back into the road, but it's more than that, at least right now. So we may have to shut that road down for a couple days. And unfortunately, there's an individual that lives just north of there, and he'll have to go up and around into Kansas while that's closed, or excuse me, Nebraska while that's closed. But hopefully it's something that can be resolved quickly.
Could I have 5 minutes executive session for non-elected personnel?
I'll second it.
It's been moved and seconded for 5 minutes executive session for non-elected personnel. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
You want him, Steve Stan? Oh, okay.